Sitting here with me, right?
Okay, it just said recording in progress.
see you.
Okay, we're recording
No.
now.
I gotta get back to you. Here she is. There she is. I was just asking where you were.
Yeah, well, I stayed tucked in.
She was hitchhiking and I picked her up.
Yeah, I knew you would, Nick. You are
Nick,
such
it is so nice to see you.
How are you, darling?
Bill, hello. Great.
Nick, it is so nice to see you.
We had to walk around the building back there.
Yes, we
Walk.
did.
They
Oh, yes.
always leave that back to where the handicap parking is, which
Yeah, of
actually
course.
is not a good idea.
These seats.
Yeah,
Okay,
lovely
there you go.
seats.
I'm sorry,
And then
it's just,
Yeah, we haven't seen.
we haven't been together in 20 years.
It always feels like that.
Are you still working for
Meditech.
Meta?
Oh, no, I retired. Yeah.
So your wife has you all to herself?
Yeah, she
Oh,
bought,
she's left
she
you.
bought a gun.
Oh, no. It's my girl. Wise woman.
We are being recorded.
Unfortunately, Bill, that was the best line of the night.
Yeah, you're right.
So far.
So far, amen. Amen.
Okay, let's call to order the meeting of the Historic District Commission, May 8th, 2024. We're in the Academy Building. We do have a quorum.
Yes,
Uh,
you do.
Marie Benoit, Nick Palmieri, Nancy Sarno, Judith Gabriel, Dottie Lamoureux, our indispensable secretary, and
Bless her heart.
who got all this technology going for us. I'm Bill Smith, the chair. We have two applications before us. One is for a certificate of appropriateness for Chris. I'm not sure if that's going to be Chris's store or Chris store. Is anybody here from that? Oh, you. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
What's your name?
Christine Figaro.
Okay, Christine,
Figaro, right here.
Figaro.
Yeah.
What kind of a store?
Clothing and accessories.
I'm sorry.
Clothes and accessories.
Accessories.
Clothing and accessories.
Clothing and accessories. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Sorry, my accent.
Whereabouts in the common is it?
Where the computer store was.
With the
Isn't
computer
the
store.
comic book store, the old comic book store?
It's just saying.
It's going into the comic book store?
No.
No, the computer.
The computer.
Oh, the computer. Okay, next to
Down
the
the
coffee
corner.
shop.
Exactly.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
right, good.
Yeah, because it's 27, it's the odd side.
That's the second
Yep.
store. How did I remember?
Yeah, but he sold it.
He did?
Yeah. He sold that, yeah.
We have an application here, but we have a sample
Mhm.
drawing of the sign, but we don't have any dimensions, the size, the materials.
I don't have it with me now.
Sorry?
Oh, you said you don't have this size? Oh, I should have it.
Size, yes.
Size.
Yes, I don't have it. I can show you. I don't have the exact size, but it's a little bit this size. A little.
It's
So
small.
really small?
Not too tiny. Yeah, but it's small.
3 feet? 4
Yeah,
feet?
4 feet. Yeah,
4
should be
feet,
good.
okay.
4 feet. should
How
You're gonna
big?
hang it
2
up
feet,
high?
1
be.
foot?
I can say,
Well, that's
5 to
small.
4.
Okay.
Oh, 5 feet long
Small
and
is
4
not
feet
correct.
wide.
Exactly.
Did you hear her? 5
No.
feet long,
Five.
4 feet wide. Roughly.
Okay,
Well, that would be more like 2.
Yes.
but we don't know what the sign's made of. Do you have a sign maker?
Yes, I have one, but I've never worked with him before.
Okay.
But if you know someone, I can.
Yes,
I can
we just.
Did you get my email?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I gave you a whole bunch of different names of sign makers that we have seen come through here, but we can't recommend one.
Okay.
You can just choose one of those and
And because they've worked with us before,
Oh, good.
might be easier for you.
Yes.
Now, is your sign gonna go up,
Yes, exactly. At the top.
up top,
Yes.
above the window?
Exactly.
Okay, so people can
that's
see it.
not the right.
That's not.
Well, I
the
know
right-
that, I know
Okay,
that.
it's the
We
same
don't have a
area.
picture.
of, so people can see it, that's great.
Well, we just have this,
Right,
There's one picture of it.
Oh,
This
just
image.
this.
I got that in my email.
I'm not no fan of orange.
Oh, she just told me she's signing it. Maybe I can. She's signing
You
it.
might get some work out of it.
You gotta get out.
She did, this.
Where's your sister when I need her?
Pardon?
But
Where's
mine
your
would be a
sister
little
when I
bit
need
small.
her?
South Carolina.
We have to have more details.
Right.
We have to know the materials the sign's gonna be made of,
Color samples?
samples of the color, and things like that. So I'm afraid we'll probably have to postpone approving the sign until we get more information from your sign maker.
Okay, my side, no problem, I agree. And would be a little bit, I will use a banner, not a big one, but a little one. Okay, but I saw this, but this one the long is bigger. Mine will be a little bit small.
Longer,
The long,
Longer.
exactly, is longer.
Yeah.
Mine will be a little bit smaller. And the color will be white, and only the logo can be orange. If you want, I can take off the logo.
I don't
I think
object
the
to
logo
logo,
is
but I don't love,
No,
I don't love orange.
No,
yeah, I think
agree
we
with you.
would prefer a more historic color.
I don't mind the,
Maybe
That's right.
a brick red as opposed to an orange red.
Okay.
Like the red in
color
your
chart.
Like that red.
Oh, for red?
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. First,
Like the
I
color.
will choose.
have you already gone with this is orange and blue is
Like the
your,
color of this building,
Oh.
that's brick red,
Okay.
okay?
and you know that it must be lit by exterior lights.
Exterior
It
light.
cannot be electronic.
Oh, no, no
Right.
electronic. no.
Okay.
Only a banner.
It's gonna be a banner, it's not gonna be a board.
Exactly.
All right, so, I'm sorry.
Put the
Look here.
banner over the board.
So you're talking about putting up a banner,
A banner, short banner over the board.
okay,
Oh, you're gonna take your banner, but you're gonna mount it on a board.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
it would have to be permanent. That's why we're asking to see what it's made of.
Okay.
So,
So you're saying banner is made out of cloth
or.
Or plastic.
Or vinyl.
Plastic.
or vinyl?
The
Yeah.
banner is a plastic, it's
Right.
waterproof. And then, and
And it's mounted on a board.
They're not allowed,
the board is a wood.
You can't do that in the district.
right.
Sorry.
It has to be a solid
It has to
sign.
be a solid sign.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't,
Unfortunately, there are vinyl signs out there, they are not in compliance. But,
and you don't want us going down there.
right.
They're usually temporary
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then replaced when a permanent sign comes. Um,
And I can, choose one of the list too. The email, she sent to me, Mrs.
Dottie.
Yeah.
My office is just a
and
couple doors.
Dottie,
Yeah.
Dottie also sent you the rules and the regulations,
Yes. I
which you
have
should
it.
share with the
I
sign
Sign.
maker.
I did.
My office is just a couple doors down, the Jack Conway office, the real estate office, and that has red, so you can see that the color red.
Okay, I can use red.
Yeah.
Sure, no problem.
only because the orange is kind of not historical.
Okay, okay. I can change the logo and put red.
Mm.
No problem, I can do it. But I can still keep the front white.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the sign would be white.
That's
White
fine.
and
I
red.
think, I mean, I'm assuming this is your logo, and I think, you know, if it were not necessarily wooden, but it has to be,
Metal could be.
yeah, as long, and you would edge it with your blue on this side and the red on this side, I think it would look very nice. But it would, I mean, when you look at it, this is all you would see, you know, and it would be of sign material, whether it was a composite or a wood or a metal,
Or some kind of a substrate that will last you.
yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, would it be appropriate to should we need a motion to do this, to just let it go? or just to ask her, give her a time period where if she can be back within a 2-week period with,
Well, if I can let you know, it's spam, it's going to.
In a couple of weeks, we're
When do
going to have a big meeting about solar panels over the.
right, so what if we were to do it at that meeting?
Yeah.
So we could table this if somebody would make a motion.
I will,
Don't fight about
ladies
it.
first.
Pick one of us. One of
Okay,
us
so
made
we've
the
had-
motion and one of us
we've had,
I will
seconded.
second your motion.
Thank you,
We
dear.
have a
right.
Which
motion
means
and a
if you-
second.
Go and talk to a sign person and, get your prices,
Right
do
there.
several. I can see that it would probably be 5 feet long because it's long and, and get your prices
What's there
and
right
we're gonna be
now?
meeting, huh?
What's there now?
Used to be a computer shop.
I know, but did they have a sign? I don't think they
I
have.
don't
They did.
think he ever
Yeah,
did.
They,
gone.
they did, but it was small. It was-
Yeah. And, we're gonna be meeting in 2 or 3 weeks, so you can come back then.
They had a lot of windows.
When do you plan to
Yes.
open?
It's gonna be May 15, but, 3 weeks I can
Yeah.
stay on.
No, you can put a little sign in your
You
window.
can put a sign in the
Open.
window,
Yeah.
an open
Oh,
flag.
sure.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to table the application
You have to
for
sign
the
it.
certificate of. Do we have a roll call vote? Dottie?
Sure. Marie,
A little bit like that, it is too.
She said yes.
I can turn in the window.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
They can put that in the window.
Sure.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Judith,
Yes,
roll
and
call.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, so-
And your orange is
So the
almost red
application's
anyway.
tabled till the next meeting.
Yeah, I'm
which
gonna
will be-
check.
It's almost there.
I
Yes,
don't
I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
when
wait.
it'll be.
2 weeks, oh, you're not sure.
So we're not
Yeah,
sure.
today's
It
the
will be
8th,
soon.
so.
They would
and
like
14
it
is-
to be,
2 to 3 weeks.
they would ask for May 22nd or 29th.
Okay, so 2 to 3
29th
weeks.
is not good for me.
Okay, so
22nd.
maybe the 22nd.
Okay, either the 22nd, Christine, or the 29th. We have another meeting with another scenario that we have down there, and this would fit perfectly. And if you have a company to put together the dimensions, what it's made of, the materials that they're going to use, and maybe a little change in the color, but this looks fine. I mean, the design looks great, in my personal opinion. And
I
then-
think the sign looks great too. It's just, we need to know what it's gonna be made out of and the actual colors.
And size is crucial.
Is your
Exactly.
shortened form of your name CHRISN, or is it one S?
My name is Christine. My mother used to call me Chris.
Okay, is that spelled with 2 S's or 1?
Torres is
Oh,
my
okay.
name. Yeah, CHRISS. And I gotta put it spell.
So there's no need for an apostrophe, you don't think, right?
No. No.
My store was online. I used to sell online for 3 years. Now,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Oh, so they know you by this name, okay. Okay. Thank you for coming,
Thank you for coming. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Good luck.
Thank you, good luck.
I mean, good luck with your soft opening and good luck with the sign guy.
Put it inside for now.
Yeah, you can. It'll be a temporary sign for a few weeks.
Temporary in the window.
Yeah.
And then we need to know about the window.
Okay, and last question for me, sorry again. And for the grand opening, I don't need to put any banner or flag for grand opening, no. It's not accepted.
Grand openings, Dana, she's interested in.
Or a
Sometimes
flag.
you can put with flag.
I post a flag for the day and take it down.
The day, only the day.
Yeah, and then take it down.
For the day of your opening, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Very welcome. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Chris,
Thank you.
can I have Chris? I just wanted
You
to,
want contact.
I just want to mention something to you. All of those buildings along there, they have a step like Restoration Coffee and Europe Building. That's quite a step up. Now, for people like me who walk with a cane, I
For
can't
people
make
who are
that step.
old.
People, I
like
can't make that. You should put a handle, a little grab bar, just like a little handle on the corner,
Okay.
so that people can step up. You know, out there, the cement with the street,
Okay.
Because like in my office, they had to put one in for me so I could look at it.
Thank you so much. Maybe a ramp too, if it's possible.
I don't think a ramp.
Okay.
No,
Just a handle. would be great.
Thank you again.
Okay.
I'll be in
luck.
touch
Right.
on email. Okay.
Okay, we have an application for a certificate of appropriateness from the Nails and Spa Club, 15 Central Square, and we have the application in front of us. We do have more details, and we have a couple of guests. And who are you?
My name is Josie. I represented for the AV side design company.
Okay,
Welcome. And you, are you the owner of the
Yes.
company?
I'm Kayla. That.
yes, she is.
Okay,
Sparkle.
okay.
I think it's fine. My one question is that one coming down?
Yes,
Okay.
that one was temporary. We had the awning and it.
Right.
Oh, I
That happens
remember.
at-
That was
happens at
terrible.
Bridgewater.
It's still the back up there.
They were, and the awning was beautiful. It really
It really
looked,
was, are you gonna try to put it back?
no.
Too
No,
much money?
because too much money and plus I find it so windy, it got
Yeah,
fly out
right.
again.
Right. You're right.
I feel like it's been so windy lately. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Very much so.
Really, yeah.
And rainy.
Yeah.
Oh. We do have a one color version of the
Oh, this-
sign.
they're everywhere.
Does
We all-
everybody have that?
We all.
Yeah, she brought a copy in
Oh,
for
oh,
everybody.
okay,
Is
okay.
are these
That's for
the
me.
final colors? Is that the way
Yeah,
it's
the
going to be,
final color.
black and white?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good.
The board is white. and the board is
Mhm.
black.
And the color, and the wording.
At first I thought it was a little too long, but when I see it in the photo, it's
It's
centered.
it's
Well, they
just
have
centered over the
They have a
door.
long space.
Yeah,
Right,
that
they do have a-
makes a difference.
They
I
have
think.
really two
So I
stories.
think that
Those were
Actually,
two,
dimensions
those were
are
two
okay.
sto- was
actually,
that the A and P?
Yeah.
Oh, the First National.
First National.
It was the First National.
actually, wait a minute, are you in the whole the whole building though?
Yeah.
I would rather see the sign centered over the middle.
You're gonna run
Yeah, but
into
she's centering it
the
over a door.
metal sign that was for Cecil Hayes's
Oh, I
hardware
see
store,
that.
dear,
Oh.
which is still there.
Cause it is. 'Cause if
Is
you
it
look-
really?
you
I
can-
see it.
Yes.
You can
Right
kind of
here.
see
You
it
can
right
see
there.
his name
Yep.
on it.
Yep, see it, it's right here.
Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna have to look up.
Yeah, look up because I think it says
Oh my
Cecil
goodness.
Hayes.
So when,
I
so when
remember
they, when you put your awning up, you just put it over that
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
piece of metal.
Hi, Jim.
Oh, it's a big awning.
Hi, everybody.
You'll get to vote.
You did make it, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe we have a full complement.
Look at that.
Wow, we should have a bottle of champagne.
Andy's?
Not quite the same, but.
Who owns that
All right, so
building?
you're looking at,
Do you own the building?
No.
No.
so 21 inches in height, is that or is that different? So it's 30 inches, correct? That's the full,
Yeah, that is the
Oh,
full.
it's big.
Less than
Height.
3
full
feet.
height
Yeah,
for
that's-
the
that
panel.
is-
and then
That's
129 to 144 inches.
Yeah.
It's the wall length.
Okay.
It's a border?
Right, see,
Oh, yeah, I see.
See what they did?
Yep, yep, yep.
It's got a black border.
no, what they did was they just divided it. just
Oh, I see.
based
I
upon
see,
it.
yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
good.
would- I would-
That's
I have no problem with it.
144, it's 12 feet.
Yeah.
But it's a big space.
It's a huge space.
That's the reason I think it's
Is
okay.
it gonna fit? Cause it's 30 inches. Is it gonna fit?
You've measured that, have you measured that area?
Yes, we measure it.
How are you mounting it, by the way?
The mounting is using the L-shaped bracket, so in the paper copies, I bring it, I have the mounting detail in the second pages.
Okay, leave it here, fine.
Oh, gotcha, right here, yep.
Do you have that? I don't have that.
But it's for another
Look
one.
at the other paper right
Yeah,
there.
another paper.
Oh, this, I'm sorry. You're always ahead of me. Don. Okay,
Oh, I don't remember.
wait, just here. Right
Yeah,
there.
I think I
Okay. Oh, I see. You have so it's probably aluminum.
That.
Is it an aluminum angle iron?
Yeah, the metal.
Alright.
It's aluminum bracket.
The The nails are all painted on the sign, they don't stand off, right?
It's the acrylic letter, this is the sample, letter I bring,
Right.
but it's the red color, it's supposed to be the black color, so you can see.
Right,
the material.
But, so they are
raised off.
raised off the sign.
Yes,
I actually think that's,
I-
no,
I-
I think that's better.
I like the idea.
Right, no, I wanted to make sure I understood.
So it's not gonna be red, it will be black.
It will be
yeah,
black.
black, it's actually have the black
You
color.
could do her as red, the other one.
I don't know if you
Oh,
have
yeah,
those
yeah,
handouts
yeah,
that we
yeah.
sent you. That's, them.
And what about the line is also raised?
Yes.
Wow,
Can you see that, Jim?
that line.
The bottom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's gonna look really good.
that'll be sharp.
So the lettering are only a half inch tall.
The
What?
thickness, the half inch is the thickness, the thickness.
Okay.
Thickness, that's the depth and the height.
Right.
What's the height?
14, almost
So when you
15
look-
inches.
This is the half
Yeah.
inch.
Oh,
That is the real height?
Yes, that's the height, the thickness of the letter is half inches, the height, yeah, the height of the letter is shown right here, is about 15,
See?
15, yeah.
15.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
This is the thickness, this is the half inches, yep.
Is this 15 inch?
I'm actually
It's not,
impressed.
this is about like
And it
8
takes a
inches
lot
or
to
10
press the
inches.
door.
Oh, so the ladder.
On the same day.
Amen.
Sign maker.
Amen.
That's the difference.
That's
if
gonna
you
be
get
nice.
Somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yep.
I make a motion that we accept this.
Yeah,
It's
and I
really gonna be.
That'd be nice.
appreciative to something.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the, application for certificate of appropriateness for nails and spa
And who seconded
I'll
it?
second it.
section Marie. Now let's have a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Marie,
It's really gonna be.
Nick,
Yes.
I can hardly wait to see it.
Nancy,
I
yes,
get my nails done.
Judith,
Yes,
Bill,
Yes. And now,
and
Yes.
and Jim, yes?
Yes.
thank you, Jim.
Can you see it?
yes, he can see it.
I want to
I hope.
emphasize one point tonight. You are in the historic district and open neon signs or any flashing signs in the window are not allowed. So you cannot have an open flashing illuminated
Or even
neon,
not flashing.
or
if
even
it's
not
split.
flashing.
You
uh,
can't have it open?
You can have an open flag,
But not a sign.
but not one of those signs that goes open.
Oh, no, but you could have it, you can have a sign that says open.
No,
Yes, you can have a flag that says open.
Or
that's not a sign.
That's
She's
a flag.
talking, Bill's talking about
So,
a lit sign.
an illuminated sign, illuminated signs are not allowed in the district. So I just want to make sure you do understand that.
Is this the illuminated sign you're talking about, right, that little right there?
I'm not sure,
Oh,
I've
no,
never
that
seen
one,
one.
that one was just like, one I got from Home Depot, I just.
It's
found
just a
it.
paper
Yeah.
or plastic,
Yeah.
not lighted or anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know those plastic signs that say open, that's okay, but they are not supposed to be lit.
I think that's.
But right now I have
Yeah,
a
it's,
lit open sign, the light doesn't flash, it's just like this light.
Is that
You still
across
have
the
to take it
street?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to take
Is
it
that
down.
across the street?
Oh, no, because I saw the other one, they
Yeah, that's
had
not
theirs a
allowed.
long time ago and no one said anything, so I thought.
Oh,
it's
yeah, we
okay.
do.
Oh,
We
yes,
say
yeah.
a lot.
We say a lot.
We say and you don't want us coming down there, y'all.
No, I think I called the office too, I said, oh, is it okay now? And so I thought,
Well, she's talking to us. You
That's
don't
the
have the right
office right
answer.
there. That's the office right there.
oh, okay.
Looks a lot like that woman. And unfortunately, there are violations within the historic district. The building inspector is the individual responsible for policing that. But what people don't realize is if you look at the Commonwealth of Massachusetts general laws, there are a lot of teeth in that historic district law, whereas people can be fined up to $50 a day. I think it's actually higher. In some cases, it could go as high as $300 a day. So Bridgewater has never historically done that. I don't know if we're that far from that, though, to be honest with you.
We don't get a lot of compliance, and I would like to see it done a couple of times,
Me too.
just to make us honest.
Well,
Yes.
I thought that was something we could discuss later on.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
We will. Okay,
So-
well,
Great, this was very good. Congratulations
Well
to you,
done.
and kudos to you, both of you. That
Great
was
design.
great job.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And
really.
good choice.
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah, I've
You-
been
You're welcome to
searching a long
stay, but I
time.
doubt you want to.
You probably don't want to spend the rest of the night listening to us.
Good for you. Good for you.
Great, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, great
It was
presentation.
nice to meet you.
So,
I'll be seeing you soon.
okay, thank you. So now I just wanna make sure I take down the open line.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
but maybe I can leave
Take
it
it-
there,
no,
but no,
no.
I don't have to turn it on? No.
No, take it down to the Salvation Army.
Oh.
Yes, as long as they're not in the historic
We don't
district,
care.
doesn't matter.
You can have an open flag out front.
Yeah, I did when I had the awning on.
Yeah.
I had the flag outside, everything, and now my awning's not.
Okay,
Flew off.
Yeah, we noticed when it went. We went.
There's
It
been
really was beautiful.
several awnings in the district have blown away.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Yep, absolutely. The wind thing.
It's a good idea not to even bother trying
Yeah.
to do it again.
Thank you,
okay,
folks.
let's move on with the agenda. We
We're done.
have,
Thank you.
Thank you so
We're
much.
done with you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Appreciate
It's
your
nice to meet
time.
you.
Thank you.
we have minutes from the October 18th meeting to approve. I don't know if you saw those. I think everybody has a copy.
They're at the back.
Yep.
Got it.
Jim, I didn't send those to you.
No. I can't see them.
You were here. You were here.
Should I abstain or what? How do I? You have enough,
Do you
you
want
have
me to
enough
read?
votes to pass it without me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have. a
we have
quorum.
enough to,
Yeah,
We have a-
I'll just abstain then.
Okay.
looks okay by me.
Yep. I move that we accept the minutes.
Here we have a motion to approve the minutes of October 18th, 2023. A second.
Second.
Second, roll call vote. Discussion, by the way, any discussion?
No.
Roll call vote.
Okay, roll call vote. Maria, is that a yes?
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Nancy,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and Judith and Bill,
Yes,
and
Jim?
Jim.
Abstain.
Okay,
Um,
thank you very much.
you. Old business violations. Do you want to talk about the violations?
Yeah, I've actually had some conversations with people and, downtown and, they all start out, oddly enough, "Nick, are you on the historic thing?" And that's always dangerous. As you well know,
Yes.
better than most. And, I gotta tell you, one of the things that struck me was that how come, and, without putting names forward, how come I have to and they don't, kind of scenario. And
That's a good
one of the-
question.
They should, but.
Right, and that troubled me, and I was gonna call you up, it was that dramatic, that conversation. And I know that you actually had conversations with the juice mill and went and said, come on, you've gotta do this, and I know they've been sent letters.
And they're not cooperating.
Not at all, and
Okay.
and it all came to a head, I was at a meeting, recently, and it was prior to the vote that the council took on the zoning, which I gotta be honest with you, I'm sorry, I totally disagree with their vote, but.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yes, and I'm troubled by that because there are a lot of things that were not even thought about, or if they were, number one, it
I
should have gone
didn't
to the
vote for that kind of government.
I didn't either, neither did I.
Neither.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yes, I was not held in high esteem for my term, thought process on that, and I was on TV making fooling myself, but.
No, that's not what you were doing. You were
Right.
speaking for freedom.
Well,
Excuse me.
the purest form of government, we
It's
would
the
destroy
town
it.
meeting, yes.
And you know what? I honestly think, in my conversation, well, anyway, we're getting off the track, but bottom line is that it was asked of me why, we had to go in front of your board and I couldn't have a sign like that, and they pointed, and that was one of the signs that they pointed to, and I said, what's troubling? I said, we've literally had our chairman sit down there and say, listen, you've got to do this. And they said, yeah, but they're not. They're thumbing their nose. But you know why, Nick? And I said, why? They don't live in Bridgewater.
They don't give a rat's ass what happens.
Exactly. And that kind of that really brought it full circle to me. I was at that meeting recently at the council. And of course, this fellow at Bruley,
Oh, yeah, yes.
Brule, he is not from the town of Bridgewater. Neither is our town manager.
You cannot find someone if they don't live in Bridgewater?
Huh?
You can't find someone if they don't live in Bridgewater?
You just haven't done it yet.
Actually, we're gonna be finding people just for the hell of it if they don't.
We've talked about this for so long and
I know.
nothing gets done,
Do you know what? And so here's my point, if you don't mind. And Jim, it sounds like I might have some backing here. And to your credit, Bill, I know you went out there and tried.
The letters we've written.
So you know what? I did. I read the law. I read it long before I came on, when this was all starting for me. We literally have a span between $50 and $300 a day that we can find. And we have paperwork documented that they've been sent, and it's over a year. So
Oh,
you
it's
know
well
what?
over a year.
So what I thought, if we had the consensus of the committee, and you may agree with this too, Jim, I hope you do, that we send a letter stating that if there
Oh, I
is,
think we're past that.
if
I'm
there is,
past that.
if the sign is not brought
Starting
into
next
compliance
Thursday, it's
within,
$50 a day.
we could give it a 14-day period.
Yeah.
If it's
You're
not,
much more
then
generous
fines
than I am.
will commence at whatever we decide for a figure. And
Who
we
is
can,
our enforcement officer? for
the
that?
building inspector.
That's part of the problem.
That's all of the
Steve
problem.
I know that, but we need, you know what, he will be instructed by the town council.
Yeah.
If this letter goes out, it's going to be through town council.
I think you should put a cover to the town council if you send that letter.
What do you mean?
Well, it's,
Cover copy of the letter that you send to Juice Factory should also go to the council.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To show them that we're not just sitting here doing nothing.
I think they think we're a bunch of old fogies, which we
Well,
could be.
I've heard other comments.
I'm sure you have.
And you know what, it was really bothering me because I said, I've always admired anyone that took the time in government, and it's not like we're paid thousands of dollars a
It's
day.
not like we even get, other than a candy, for anything.
And that's from her.
And that's from her, who doesn't get paid.
On top of it.
Yeah,
What does everybody think of that? I mean,
I think it's an inspired idea.
I support that.
Right.
the problem is the town manager has never authorized the building inspector to fine any business, any person for any violation of any bylaw. I mean,
Okay,
it's my
Plan
understanding that
B.
Then why do they have a committee?
But you don't, Marie.
Don't give them an excuse to
But
do away with
but
it.
that's not the law. The law is what we are ruled by, we're not ruled by the town manager. So if we do this, then it's gonna be up to the town manager to say, you can't do, okay, go to the court and get a cease and desist.
How do you threaten the town manager at that point? Because he'll ignore that unless there's some kind of legal action that says, you're not doing the job.
Town council.
That's what I'm saying. I think it should be done.
it's a brand new group of people.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I don't know any of them.
this town is going right down the,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's worth a try. I mean, and other towns do it. Other
Mhm.
towns
Right.
fine.
If they can look at the site of this town, and I would hope they'd have enough pride in their historic district that they would support it. And it doesn't work that way, but I think with a nudge, like you're saying, threatening to actually fine them, maybe enough people would be too embarrassed not to support it. I don't know.
I hope you're right, Jim, but I wouldn't bet my life on it.
Judith and I met with, the town manager.
Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
I think I forgot my phone.
Is that,
Oh, you
Yes,
did?
you did.
Oh, my gosh.
Then you can't do business without that, honey. Oh,
you got no phone calls.
yeah, yeah. Yes, you did, and we answered them.
I'm sorry, Bill.
Judith and I met with the town manager
That's right.
back in the
Yes,
fall.
I remember that.
Talks through his, I don't know what,
Yep.
and promises the world and does zip.
I was told she's not here anymore.
It's what?
This,
His assistant is no longer here, is that right?
Yeah?
I don't care. What are they gonna do to me? Excommunicate
No,
me?
I heard,
I pay a big
I heard
tax
that
bill in
the
this town.
assistant was no longer fit with the town.
don't know, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
problem is though, if we do
He
that,
does a ton of.
that with fines, the problem is, and then if he doesn't come through, we look so weak.
But that's my point, Jim, is that we don't go to the town manager. We go to the town council. Here's
Yes.
the law. This is what we have.
We
Here's the
cannot get it,
documentation.
and we cannot get it enforced. You enforce it for us.
We're
Well,
doing,
that's why we talked to the town manager about.
Don't talk to me.
right, not the
And
town
Get
manager.
We
nowhere.
asked him to speak to the, to the
Invite,
town, to the building inspector. because
invite
he's our
the
enforcing
town
agent.
council
Well,
to the
the
next
enforcement
meeting.
agent was the, oh, you mean the.
Building inspector.
Building inspector.
My father
Wanted
has
him
a
to
wonderful
put pressure
saying,
on the
you
building
never
inspector.
talk to anybody who is incapable of giving you the answer you want.
Okay, you know what, though, you may have just literally given us the ammunition we need, which is, you said, when you spoke with him, the town manager, he was going to quote unquote supposedly speak with
He said he was.
the building inspector, and now
did not
we are,
believe
how long was that
Oh,
ago?
6 or 7 months?
Okay, what has happened? What has happened?
Zip.
Exactly, bingo. Enough is enough. We're beyond that. We've gone every step that we've had to do.
Town manager.
Okay, so we need to draft some kind of
Bingo.
letter.
Is he
Who-
really?
Do we have any
Or is that
volunteers
what's
to draft
supposed
a
to
letter?
happen?
That's who can fire him.
You're much better at
Instead of
English than I am, but
giving
I'll be, I'd love to work with you.
Okay.
I think we should invite the town council, the lawyer, whoever works, and
I
who's
think
the
he's down, the one down the street. His office is
There's
down.
always,
Named
usually
Jason.
two.
Yeah, I think.
Huh?
There's usually
Name
up
sounds
here.
Well, I don't care if we get 1 or 2, invite them to the next meeting and tell them what our problem is and say, fix it for us.
Yeah, I bet it
And
won't.
cite, and cite the state law on that too, the state regs.
I mean, what, do you know what people do with letters?
Huh?
You know what people do with letters that they don't
I
like
know.
the contents
That's
of?
why we can't, it's right, 43, that, and it started in Lincoln.
Oh,
That, the town of Lincoln, that's where I believe it was an attorney who brought this forward, who was so you know what, I think if we draft a letter to the town council and we cite all of the information that we have, the timeline that we have been through, and the reason that we're doing this is very simple. We are appalled at the A, enforcement, and B, the
Inaction of the town manager.
well, let alone the businesses. They're just, what about Periwinkle or whatever it is, the one on the right? Did they come to us first?
No,
No.
There are so many. They're just moving in, and that's great. I think it's wonderful.
I think
that
it's
business-
wonderful we've got business, but damn it all, if you want a historic district, or do you want Bridgewater to look like West Bridgewater?
Well,
Sorry, I don't mean that
no,
personally,
I
but
understand, but the bottom line is, the law has tons of teeth. We're not showing any of it. And I think it's time,
I think you also should note in the letter that we met with the town manager who assured us that he was going to talk to the building inspector about enforcement. We don't have to accuse him of not doing it, which he didn't,
and
but
subsequently I talked to the building inspector. And he said that he spoke with some businesses who categorically refused to cooperate.
well, then they need a.
bingo.
And
But he
It's better
cannot
every day.
take that.
he said that he was going to speak with the owners of the building.
That's not-
Once
That's
a
not
year.
their, that's not their.
That's not their problem.
Yeah, this is what he told me though, that do the owners have to come for some kind of a renewal or something to the town, to the building inspector yearly or for the town? Does a license or anything have to be renewed?
No, not the building
The owner of
owners.
the business.
The owner of
The
the business,
businesses-
not the owner of the building.
Depending on the
Not
type of business.
Not the owner of the property, the owner of the business.
Any business that's not doing business as their own name has to have a DBA through the clerk's office.
Correct, okay,
Ah,
if it's, unless it's their own name, correct.
Yeah,
okay.
And how many of them, do they enforce that? I have no
I
idea.
doubt
what they do. Is there a fee in it?
I'm sure there is.
it's
Okay, there's the answer. to that.
$14, I think,
Yeah.
last I knew. It's
You know,
$14 per
This
business.
is what we're up against. I mean, it really bothered me. And then when I went to the meeting and I'm listening to this whole thing, and, you know, I spoke with this fellow, Rule, and he was making comments that just were blowing me away that, you know, well, he gets final say, the planning board really doesn't have final say in all of this. And I said,
That's actually true,
I
but
know
it
it is.
shouldn't be.
no, and I,
With that new zoning change,
yes.
the Massachusetts,
And by the way, I don't know if, you know, now we're getting off track, but that's okay, if you want. People, if you saw that video that was put out there, in the town of Shrewsbury, they hired attorneys, and the attorneys told them, they said, you know, if you vote for this, just bear in mind, this is going before the Massachusetts Supreme Court. And we believe it's unconstitutional. If it gets turned down, you still own the law.
Yeah.
So we just bought ourselves a law. Now, granted, they have to change it, but they have to wait for 2 years to change that. That's due to our great form of government. So this is what we're dealing with. I was listening to that and I said to myself, you know, I enjoy this. I really do.
I do
I've got
too.
a wonderful group of people.
I also think that this kind of thing juices me up. You know, I want that son of a bitch to get, to
Yeah.
take that sign out of that window
Yep.
and pay $50 a day until she
Until it's
gets it
done.
down.
Yep, and you know what, that's and you know what that is? That is periwinkle. Guess what? This is what happened over there. We haven't seen an application. You're next.
Yeah,
What's wrong with that? That's what that's supposed to be.
I love being in a room with an Italian. It reminds me of my
I told Miss Periwinkle online on Facebook, when she said she was moving, I said, don't forget, you have to get your sign approved by the Historic
And what did
District
she do? Pay
Commission.
no
She
attention?
said, I'm moving the same sign I had over.
Well, see, this
Doesn't mean it's approved, it needs to be approved for that
right.
location.
They don't, but doesn't, they don't.
She
Yeah.
never
So I'm
put it
just-
up though, did she?
Huh?
Did she?
Yeah,
put it
she
up?
had
Oh,
it
yeah.
up over at Estabrook and Chamberlain's.
Did
No,
the,
but I
was-
mean, the
did the real
numbers.
estate company, were they, I don't believe them coming before us, did they?
no.
Oh, no.
The Sold, whatever the name of it.
Well, the comic book guy was the worst offender.
Oh,
He's the one
I
that,
remember him.
But he's
you
gone.
cannot, he is gone.
God is good.
didn't
I
he-
can't tell
didn't he-
you
didn't
the
he
number of letters we
do
wrote,
the-
remember?
Well, his flashing lights.
Who was that, Bill? Bill, who are you talking about?
Comic book guy.
Comic book store
Yeah,
where
what's
my
his-
Oh,
sister,
yeah, yeah.
Italian last name, by the way.
It's fine now.
but they're gone now.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Now, it says that the flower shop is under new management. Does that mean that's been sold?
That's what I heard too.
I certainly hope so.
So are they gonna
Because
keep-
before-
Nothing's
Are they-
going on.
She didn't do a very good job.
I sent 2 bouquets back when they delivered them to my house.
Did you really?
Yes.
Good for you.
I said, what are these? They're birthday presents, wired from out of state, okay? And that's how she made money. She was getting
Yeah.
1-800 flowers. I said, take them back. She needs them more than I do.
I have a question. It's not on this as much, but talking about the appearance of the historic district. You know where my sister and I was, that whole block?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that all owned by one person? Because boy, that is getting seedier and seedier.
The building where my sister and I is owned by one person.
The one in front of it's owned by somebody else.
And then the one where it used to be Fairbanks,
Yeah.
that's owned by another person.
They
They're
all
all-
look, it looks like one big building, you know, the whole
Oh,
front.
the one big building is owned
That
by
used to
one
be
person.
owned by one.
It's an Asian woman
Yeah.
up.
Yes.
It just
I think
looks
it was
awful,
the
you know,
building.
it looks run down. And
It's terrible.
They're not gonna put a dime into it. The other part,
They need a bulldozer.
I bumped into the guy that was representing the person that was selling that building where my sister and I was downstairs. And he said, do you know anybody interested in purchasing it? I said, how much is it? And he told me, $2.5 million, not your longest day, sweetheart. I didn't say that to him. but there's water running through the bottom of those buildings.
Was there?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Do you remember the frame shop?
Yeah.
I
well,
bailed water out of that.
I'll bet you did. And, I think to myself, anybody who buys that will have to have not looked at it.
Yeah.
Now, they can't take it down unless they come to us
I know.
Right.
over my cold, dead
Weren't they
body.
supposed to, Bill, I could have sworn one night we talked, there was something about they were getting a grant money or something for that.
Right, that must have fizzled.
Okay. So, you know what, I think it would be great, if we can sit down, and
Make a terse note.
make a nice,
No,
yes.
not nice.
But I think if we send it to town council, because I personally believe, and I know you'll appreciate this, that will start the pants on fire in this.
Yes.
Because he will
Talking to
go
the
through,
town manager is gonna, you might as well be whistling in the wind,
right,
I mean, he made us all kinds of promises that time we met with him.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about town council with the CIL or SEL? The lawyer?
Oh,
We're talking
right,
about-
all right.
I'm talking about attorneys.
You're talking about attorneys?
yes.
Okay,
Oh, you're talking, oh, yes.
yeah, rather
Yes.
than a town council.
I'm not talking.
I think the
about-
other thing that we need to do in terms of the council and everything else is public opinion. Like, think of the beautification, what's that organization that puts in the flowers and the trees?
Association.
BIA?
But just the general
Improvement
public,
Association.
I think a lot of just regular citizens would agree that something needs to be done. And I think that kind of public pressure would put some
Yes, it
really
would.
have a lot of impact on the town manager. But there's,
I am.
Are you in?
If you read Bridgewater residents, like the Facebook page,
36
how many
in a
people
room deciding
complain
where a
about the
tree's going.
deterioration of the downtown? It's,
Yeah, right. but
well
that's not
talked
what it
about.
is.
yeah,
nobody does anything about
Right,
it.
that's
Yeah.
the problem, that is the problem, I
Then
think,
don't talk about
historic-
screwing up and
not to
getting
be-
the
not to
town
pun it,
involved in the
but
motor
historically,
station.
there's
You know.
a lot of people talk about these things, nothing gets done, we need to do something, and that's endemic of the United States right now, everybody sits back and says, that'll never happen to me, well, it's good.
It's happening here,
Well, the trouble is that there's really no reason to come downtown.
That's right.
And it's not a town it's not a town you go to
You
walk
can't
around
walk-
town
It's
and
not Derby Street.
and do a little shopping or something. It's not like when we were young and
Which
you
you
come
did.
downtown for
Good movie
everything.
theater.
Yeah, I mean, we
And a
came
bowling
downtown
alley.
for everything, yeah. I mean, there was clothing shops, there was shoe stores, there was places to eat, there was grocery stores. If you wanted to shop in the center, if you're in the center of town and you want some milk for your office, you gotta get in the car and go down to Roach Brothers to buy milk, for your office, so you can have it for your coffee. There's no little
There's
anything.
no reason, and I don't know whether it's all about parking. I'm not sure it is. I
No.
think some of it's about
No,
parking.
this,
Nah.
I think if there's an attraction, people will find a way to park.
The park.
And isn't there space behind some of those buildings on your side to park cars?
No.
No, not really, because
What
the
about
bank.
behind the Masonic Temple?
Right, where Angelo and his brothers have, there's a fairly good size.
There's a parking lot there, but that's not
But it's
public.
blocked
not.
off.
Not at all.
It's not.
It's like, if you take a look, Norwood Town, I think, has kind of done a fairly good job of starting to turn things around, is Middleborough.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're
the
right.
center.
Oh, I mean,
Absolutely.
they have little coffee shops, they have a restaurant, they even have an art center, and this is a college town. I'm impressed with that section. It seems like there are a lot of possibilities, and they seem to be doing something with it.
They have
I
a
don't
real
think-
Italian cafe with homemade
Yes, they do.
Italian desserts and fabulous
Oh, let's go.
cappuccinos.
Yes, they do.
Really nice.
No,
We
yes.
do have coffee
It's a
shops,
very
we have
good-
two coffee shops now.
Yeah, we have them.
The Restoration and the
But not-
Better be
Boundless.
boundless be.
Yeah, very good, as Nick and I know.
I do get emails from the town manager because I'm the chair of the commission. He sends out these blanket emails. An email that came out about 3 months ago was about the town lawyer, the town council. And there's now a new regulation that individual committees and chairs of committees cannot go directly to the lawyer.
You didn't receive that.
I don't understand.
You did not receive that, Bill.
Don't worry, I'll take the
And-
fall for that, Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that prevents us from sending a letter.
Right, a letter.
But to sit down with the town council.
I'm not saying we
doesn't
do that,
matter.
the letter.
It
That's,
has to be
$200 an
approved-
hour.
It has to be approved by the
Yeah,
town manager.
You know.
We're back to
where
square
are we
one.
living these days?
but wait a minute, Bill, I have a question. I would, as in the past, our town council was on a retainer.
Yeah.
So I can't see them saying, well, we're gonna charge you $200 an hour to come and sit with, well, hold on for a second,
They
we're paying you already.
Yeah, and even if it's $200 an hour, we don't pay it, the town does, we have no budget.
We have none. No, but the bottom line is, listen, if they're on a retainer, please explain the retainer. What is it for? Just to hold you there while we
Just to
wait?
make you never take another client, probably.
And it's very, I don't understand the full concept of that. But I think the bottom line is if we do send a letter telling him what we are looking to do, he may say, well, okay, that sounds great, but you have to go through
You give us
the town manager. Okay, then that letter gets forwarded to the town council as well.
Yeah.
So now we're doing exactly what you talked about, Jim, is then we get the other groups involved to support, because I agree with you. I can't see anyone that loves this town, wants to not see it look good.
Right.
And
Right.
here we are trying to do that, and people are
Getting
coming
no-
their nose out.
Getting no support from the
You get the
town.
general public to go to a council meeting.
I wouldn't be averse to that.
I mean, because that is open to the public, maybe not a committee, but it's open to the public, right?
You gotta put yourself on their agenda. You
Well,
gotta
you
get
don't,
on
they
their
have public comments.
You can't just go, you have to be on
on
the
the
agenda.
agenda. Oh, you can go, but you can't
You
stand.
can talk, they have public comments.
I
They
don't,
do?
Yeah.
I think it's more just seeing the physical presence of people. And you know why they're there. I think that's all it really
I
is.
spoke in front of the town council about 2 months ago regarding the Massachusetts zoning law
Oh, about this?
about this, because I had heard that they were going to circumvent the HDC if any apartments were being built
Within
in
the-
the historic district.
Can
Which
they
is-
do that?
No, they
Good.
can't, because I contacted Mass Historical and they said that even if this law was passed, they still have to go through the HDC if any apartments are going to be built in a district. I mean, the likelihood of apartments being built in the district, is very small.
right,
Right.
There's no place, but I wanted to go on record. I wrote
Are
a
they
letter.
aware of it?
Yeah.
Are the counselors?
I sent a letter and talked to Eric Moore, who was the chair then, and I asked him to enter it in the record of the meeting, and then I spoke at the meeting about my conversation with the historic district, the Mass Historic Commission in Boston. So, because otherwise, any apartments that go up within a half a mile of the new commuter rail station will circumvent all
yeah,
planning
That's the point of
processes,
that
and
zone.
zoning and everything
Yeah.
else. There will be a committee, I guess the town manager, maybe the town planner and somebody else who will expedite the approval processes.
That's
Very
wording is
quickly.
specifically in there, expedited approval.
Except that it's not really true. Perkins Foundry is for sale. And that's my great-grandfather's business.
I thought that was already.
I thought that was done too,
Oh, no, it's not done.
It's not
They're
sold.
still dragging their feet.
really,
With any luck, it will happen before 25.
really.
Now, it's been 5 years, so don't talk expedite to me.
Who's holding it up?
Well,
The town of Bridgewater, the planning board, they did the same thing to the guy that was gonna tear down
Right here,
Yeah.
yep,
the
Friendlies.
bowling alley.
Yep.
And now we have a lovely lot with weeds in it and abandoned friendlies. I don't want that to happen
Yep.
where Perkins is, but that's gonna be 4 stories high with retail underneath it.
Mhm.
Now, I'm on the horns of a dilemma with this, because I want the money. But,
right,
but.
Does it trickle all the way down?
apartments on the other side are going to be 6 stories.
right, correct.
6.
Well,
Well, that's what the man wanted to do with.
Where Roach
Trinity,
Brothers
build 4
is.
Right.
stories, and he was
That
turned
empty
down
lot?
because we don't.
No,
No,
where
Roach
Roach
Brothers,
Brothers
period.
is.
Anything over 3.
Well, now we're going to have 6.
Campus Plaza is leaving?
They're talking about getting rid of Campus Plaza.
Well, you see that the post office is moving down to where the Chinese restaurant used to be.
That doesn't break my heart, I mean.
No,
that-
but that was part of their thought process.
Yeah,
Oh, they are leaving there?
What Chinese restaurant?
you know, the one that's.
Oh,
The
good
one that
God.
never had any cars in the parking
No.
lot.
I don't know what
they're
I
taking.
don't know what they were selling, but it wasn't
Oh,
Chinese
yeah, it
food.
wasn't.
And what's going on at the clay banks?
They're clear, that's a parking lot for the trail.
The town bought,
That-
CPC bought that.
CPC bought
Um,
that, that's,
Speaking of
you
the
can't do that on the
CPC,
trail. Go ahead. Where-
speaking of the CPC, I've been attending meetings on our behalf for the last 2 years.
You're a wonderful person.
And they
Bill.
are monthly and they last 2 hours or 3 hours.
Oh.
Sometimes an hour and a half, but most of the time they really drag on because a lot of money, they spend money,
Yeah, yeah.
significant money, like the Hansel Farm.
Have they bought Hanson's Farm?
We're negotiating. The town lawyer is negotiating to buy that.
That would be a lot better than have a house
And then what are they gonna do with it?
It will be
They're
a
going to
preservation.
hold on to it.
as farmland.
And farm it as long as members of the family want to do it.
Yeah.
Then when they don't want to do that anymore, then it will become conservation land
Right.
that's owned by the town.
That's,
Right.
the farm across the street from West Bridgewater High School.
Yeah.
They
And-
entered into some kind of an agreement. They're
So-
still farming though, but
So,
it's fine.
Now, the other place, the slaughterhouse across the street has been for sale
That's-
for a couple of
But
years.
that's,
Oh, that's
I was
gone.
talking to the Hanson guy the other
He
day.
passed away.
I know, he did, yeah.
so I'm asking, is anybody interested in serving on the CPC as a representative of the Historic District Committee? I've been on there 3 years. So
And you're a wonderful person and
It
you will
is
be assumed probably into heaven.
It is time that we have another volunteer, and we have a full complement. Jim is there. I don't know if he heard.
I think you just hit
Uh,
it. Jim, are you hiding?
thought he was leaving.
I have a part-time job for the year.
So,
I'm the oldest person in the room.
Jim, are you interested? It's very interesting. And all of the decisions are important because it involves a lot of money. I mean, they have a huge budget. It's several $1 million
How often did they meet?
every month, once a month.
Who do you have to?
What time, Bill, do they meet? In the evening?
It's,
Carlton,
Carlton is on there. The chair is Gina Gasconi.
Yep.
Who's very nice. There's a representative from the Recreation Department. Conservation, that's Harry Bailey.
Bill, when do they meet? Evenings?
Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month at 6:30,
Where?
online so far. They're trying to,
I don't do that.
they're trying to get,
Yeah.
in-person
I don't- if you don't
meetings,
meet in
but
person, I
they
don't
haven't
do
been
that.
approved yet.
I just don't understand that. The council meets in person.
The trustees
have the meeting in person.
You know, it's laziness.
No,
But
but I
it's
mean, no,
elected.
they have to go through a whole, just like we,
But
But
you
those
know,
two groups are
you can-
elected, we're appointed. I don't know if that's a difference.
no,
No, there is
No.
no difference. You know
Should
what
make
it
no
is?
CPC is
You
not
cannot
elected.
have a meeting with people that you cannot
Well,
see their facial
They're
expression.
virtual.
That's not a
They're
real
virtual.
meeting.
I know, but they're not elected.
No, but the two that meet in person are elected committees. The town council and the trustees.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's the rationale or the
No, but that's
standard.
I don't believe there is a rationale, but
I think-
anyway,
I think
that's
it's
far
just
from the.
easy. I think it's just easy.
Well,
It gets things
Is that
done.
your dog?
They will do.
Jim,
Oh, my word.
oh my word.
What is he?
he's a
What-
cutie.
Hold that dog up.
What is it?
In-person.
Oh.
Combination.
Are you,
my God.
are you dog sitting?
Oh,
No.
he's huge.
Is that your dog?
No, but well, partly my dog.
Looks like it's your dog right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We're looking for a volunteer.
we're looking for a volunteer.
Nick,
Come on, nope.
Nick was
say
on
you
there
retired?
before I was.
There you go.
Nick was on before I was.
So, yes.
Jim, will you think about it? You don't have
I'll
to
think
answer.
about it, but I'm still working quite a bit, so it's kind of hard for me right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, well,
Okay, consider it.
we will, Maria, I won't even ask you, I know. You would be very good though.
I
He would be.
You know the town very well.
Knowledge.
And,
A letter.
I might tell somebody off.
And I'm not,
You don't want me on it, I'll tell you. What did you say?
I want you.
No,
I
no, you
want
don't.
I want to acknowledge the hard work that Dottie's done. I mean, I couldn't do this job without Dottie.
No,
And
none of us could.
It took so much work to get this meeting organized, and I don't know how many letters we've written over the last year, and, you know,
I was
sending
like,
them by email and, post and
she
everything
even
else.
calls me because I'm.
Dottie, you're the glue. Dottie's the glue.
Gee, we're gonna have a cookout at my house this summer to honor Dottie.
That'd be great. But that would be awesome.
Absolutely. You know, did we ever get a budget out of the town manager which he promised us, by the way,
Right,
if you
right.
remember?
Oh,
Another promise?
He promised us a budget.
Yeah, well, you're still waiting, aren't you?
Okay, do we have,
Yet again.
I looked at my calendar, I will not be here May 22nd.
okay,
But you said it could be the
Oh, okay.
22nd or the 20th.
Right,
Do
right.
you want to, under new business, do you want to take a
22nd's
look
not
at
good for
the?
me either.
yes.
Oh, is that the information on the?
This is all about the, solar panels.
Oh,
Everybody got one?
we have enough copies?
Yeah.
You do take.
Yeah,
You could
okay.
also.
Now, he wants the solar panels in the back of the building, so nobody can see them, unless you're in the
CVS parking
CVS
lot.
parking lot.
Jim, do you have this?
Oh, well, that-
Send it to me, Dot. Send me a copy, that's all.
okay.
70,
I think we did get a copy a long time ago when I remembered.
it was hard to see them.
So it's on the side, it's gonna be on the side of
gonna-
CVS.
Yes.
Where CVS
I
is.
think that's
Yeah,
fine.
if
I
you
just-
look at, if you look at this picture,
Awesome.
it shows the dormers.
That's the.
And those are towards the, it sits physically just like this. These
CVS.
are towards the circle.
What's
And-
going into the other half of that building?
Supposedly, according to Madhu, it was the, Mexican restaurant, Fiesta,
Fiesta.
Yeah.
was going to take that and use it for seating, so they would have
Oh, they don't have, that's right, they don't have seating.
a sit-down.
Yeah, yeah.
Piece to the
Well,
restaurant.
they've been having a dumpster there, they've been doing something.
Yes, I don't think they're working, I don't know, Madhu said that's the point. The other told me that, they're living upstairs,
Who's living
The
upstairs?
Fiesta people.
yeah. I
They
guess
have a
that's-
restaurant in
that's-
Bridgewater too.
I don't think
That's a
that-
zoning issue
Yeah.
for the building inspector.
Over a stove and a kitchen, a cooking kitchen, a commercial kitchen. I wouldn't be
I don't
living
know who made
upstairs
that
over that.
comment, I have no idea who made the comment here.
Wouldn't you hate to work
Well, you know
under
something,
70?
you just look at down, that's everywhere.
They're producing electricity.
Apartments over restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Everywhere.
no, they're not gonna be working under it because they're one floor down. You
Look
can.
where Ron Evans is on
They'd be
Broad Street.
sleeping underneath
They can't
it.
get upstairs.
And will people live under them?
I remember.
I have
had-
one at my beach house.
When I had my
I haven't had an
office there,
electric bill.
I
in
was
2
told
years.
that, you know, you can't live there, 'cause who's talking about living?
That's great.
Okay, so
I think this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't see a problem
I don't
with
see a
it.
problem unless they
Nobody's
decide
gonna
to
be
change
seeing
it.
it.
Donnie was thinking
Are you gonna see them on this side of?
that this.
Yeah, in
this-
the-
Yeah, right there.
might be
Yeah,
So
in the
you'll be from the
CVS
parking
parking
lot.
lot.
If you're sitting at CVS, you'll
That
see it.
one
Right, just
is,
from their part.
it's,
We think that might be visible, that little section.
If you're coming up Summer Street, you see the back of it.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
right.
If you're
absolutely.
coming
There are
up.
trees there.
yeah, and we really have no control over what you see coming up Summer Street.
Right,
I don't
Because
know
we've all-
what shape
because-
that roof is in that.
because technically the district is.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, those are the dormers and they face the circle.
Yeah,
And the
and he
street
is
without ice, it was
As you
mowed.
face it with,
This is
you are,
CVS
the
on
left side of that house will be
But
visible.
this is what I'm questioning, is that visible from the common, that little section?
No, it's
Oh.
not.
Unless you're on a
Nope.
tree.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get you, yeah.
No, I don't
No,
think.
coming up Summer Street, yes, but no.
No, because you
I
know,
don't
the
think
way
it
the
is, though.
building is angled, because my office is right across the
Yeah.
street, and I can look at it all the time. And the way the building is angled, you don't see, you're talking about this.
Yeah.
You don't see it.
No, he's
No,
talking
that's-
about
no, no, no.
No, there's a little piece.
this right
He's
here.
talking about that.
That
right there.
little-
Those 6 panels, those 6 panels.
But even those, Bill, I don't believe.
I don't believe you're gonna see them.
They're on the back side of the building.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because I had that, office space, but it's all,
Yeah.
angled. in
Yeah,
the back,
angles, yeah.
Not in the front. So I don't see any.
So
They
they,
are gonna be selling a lot of electricity to the rest of us, because if they're just doing a restaurant and nobody's living upstairs, they're gonna be getting checks from Eversource.
That's gone.
yeah.
They can't
I
come
can't
up with
imagine
checks
doing
anymore.
it.
Now it's strictly bank.
I get a check from
No,
Eversource.
if you signed up before, now
Yeah.
they changed the law or
The
the rule. And, you know, the
They send it
electric
to your
company
bank.
gets smart.
They deposit,
Pay money.
they're supposed to deposit it in your account, and that's it.
Right.
I
They
still get
stopped
my
doing
cute
it.
little check.
It is going to be deposited.
Where were your silver?
Well, direct deposit and check, same as,
Yeah, and
It
it's not
still
money,
goes in
it's in kilowatt hours that you get to take out.
okay, anything else for our?
do we want to set a meeting date?
Can we, I will ask a question.
Yeah.
Can we put, you know, like in front of our office, we have planters, you know, just barrels where we put flowers in the summer and greens in the winter. Can we hang a hanger on our building?
There's one there already.
No, for a hanging plant. Can we hang a plant?
What's on that hanger that's there already, where the,
Sign?
remember where the gal that had the photography thing was upstairs?
Yeah.
That
The
bracket's still there.
Was a round sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
right,
bracket
right.
is still there.
I forgot her name.
Can we hang a plant on?
Yeah,
I,
who's gonna water it out the second floor window though?
You have a hose and you get one of those things that go with the hook and you go.
Yeah, you could do that. I can't.
I think it's pretty, you know, you go to town.
I
and
do
you see
too.
all the hanging.
Yeah, I see that as beautification as opposed to.
I don't think that's anything we would give anybody
Yeah,
any
so we
grief.
don't have to.
And,
I'd like to give the town grief over the fact that the columns at the library are.
as long as they're not
Yes,
artificial
they are.
flowers, you know,
Never.
shining.
You are talking to the former president of the Bridgewater Garden Club. That
And
would
this is
never
the
happen.
former president too,
No,
so
I'm not a former.
you're still the president, what's wrong with you?
It's my part-time job.
Do we want to schedule a meeting?
Do it on the
for
29th. I will
What's the 29th?
make an
It's a
accommodation.
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't, I won't be around after the 27th, so I won't be able to make that meeting.
So, and you can come on.
I can come on the
That's
29th.
a Monday.
You going someplace good?
On the 22,
Kansas City.
Nice.
Nice.
going to Kansas
So the
City.
22nd, you're talking about the 29th of the,
Right, yeah.
29th is.
29th, the end of the month.
Well, my generations can make it the 22nd, the 29th, or after, like, I don't know what she said, after such and such a date, but I thought if we could get it one of those 2 days, that,
That'll save you a little work.
well, if we can schedule it now, there's, 14 emails
Right.
that I don't have to send.
Yeah, no,
I can do the 22nd. 22nd works for me.
okay.
I can't, and who else couldn't?
Hmm.
The 29th would be better for me.
29th's better for me too.
Well, as long as you have a quorum, when you go for the 29th.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I will go home and write it on my calendar so poor Dottie doesn't have to call.
HDC 529, 7:30.
Same
Take
location.
your phone and
address.
put it in.
Same,
Right here.
um,
Nick, I have a question for you that has nothing to do with what we do, but for years, I've been in a position of
7 o'clock again,
Of,
7.
7:30.
control at
7:30.
Trinity Episcopal Church. And I'm not anymore, thanks be to God. But they called me the other day and they said, we got this bill from the town of Bridgewater for $150 for somebody to come and inspect the church every year. And I said, I took care of that 25 times. So they said, what did you do? I said, I went down and said they were welcome to look at it, but we weren't going to pay the $150. And they said, why not? I said, because we are a not-for-profit and we don't own the church. The Diocese of Massachusetts does. So they said, oh, so you don't own the church? I said, no. Our setup is just like the Catholic Church. Yeah, they own the building.
Yeah, diocese,
Yeah.
right.
So they said, oh, but all the other churches pay us. I said, well, isn't that nice for you?
Pay
But
what?
we're not
What are they
going to. What?
What are they paying you?
$150 for them to come and examine the church every year, and I won't pay it.
And who do you pay, who's billing you?
The town.
I'm on the church
Do you
committee
sue
in
it?
my church, and I never heard that
So
before.
what is the
I'm
town's
gonna go look
response
at
to
the
that?
budget.
Oh, okay, and then I never hear another word.
I'm on the church
Talk
committee.
back and that's the end of it, just like they've done to us,
Yeah, talk back.
the businesses, okay.
I can't, that's fine.
Okay, do we have a motion to,
You have
adjourn?
one, you have one.
A motion to adjourn, a second,
Second.
a third and a fourth.
Third, fourth, whatever.
Put Jim's head down.
Bye, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
All in favor, Jim? Roll
Yeah,
call,
in
Jim?
favor. Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody?
Marie,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Nancy,
You bet.
Judith, and Bill.
Yes.
Yay, yay, yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to the funeral next Wednesday? Carol Howe's husband?
Oh, no, no.
Gail and I are going.